recording. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker is James. Please welcome James.
Thank you. When I was 8 years old, my mother accidentally revealed to me that Santa Claus... How do I get this thing to work?
The one on the one or two? Here. It's always good for your forehand. This one here.
Was not real.
Big one.
Now I say accidentally because apparently for some reason she thought I already knew this information at 8 years old. Now either way, I was not a happy kid. I was sad, I was angry, I was confused, I was pissed. This news was devastating. I started to make sense of everything. No more Easter Bunny, no Tooth Fairy. I started to question everything. I mean, not only had my parents lied to me my entire life, but this news, it took away something from my life. It killed a part of my soul. It took this slice out of my imagination and just went, you're done. And from then on, magic was illusion, or delusion. And I started to live the rest of my life with this mentality that everything is exactly how it seems. Nothing extraordinary about this world or universe, or there's always an explanation for something. I think a lot of people experience the same transition from their early childhood to their later years. 3 years ago, for me, it all changed. If anyone doesn't believe in magic, I would like to tell you that magic is real. It's very real, and you can experience it every single day. Imagine a world where anything you believe can happen can and will happen. A world where your thoughts literally and instantly create the reality in front of you. No, I'm not talking about the world of psychedelic drugs, although they do give a very similar effect in regards to some of the experiences. What I am talking about, however, is lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming. What is a lucid dream? Well, it's a dream where the dreamer realizes that he or she is in fact dreaming and not set in our regular physical reality. Now often this realization is triggered by some unnatural occurrence, something very unusual happening, such as flying around or meeting a dead person. The thing is, most people don't really give a second thought about their dreams. They forget them. But I'd like to convince you why lucid dreams are so special. Picture a lucid dream as a movie where you are the star actor, the producer, the director, pretty much him. And you can do anything you want, and I really mean anything. You can smell, you can see, you can taste, you can touch, and you can listen. All you have to do is concentrate and believe. So, why lucid dream? Well, problem solving, artistic inspiration, and rehearsal are among the most popular beneficial uses of lucid dreaming. See, when you sleep, your brain is actually very active. And it's during this state of consciousness, when you're dreaming, that your creativity is at its very peak. So let's say you have a job interview coming up in a few days, or a presentation in front of your boss next week. Or maybe there's a guitar riff you're working on that you can't quite figure out. Why not simulate all these situations in an extremely realistic setting? And maybe you can't accurately predict the behavior of others in your dream, but you sure can conquer any nerves, conquer any fears, since by the time you do it in real life, you'll have already done it many times in a simulation, preparing you for a variety of different outcomes. Now, of course, the most popular use of lucid dreaming has to come in the form of pure recreation. How could it not, right? With the ability to take control over your entire universe, the only limits are your own imagination. You start out with the common stuff, flying around town, racing around in Lamborghinis at 300 kilometers an hour, epic battles, hanging out with your favorite dead celebrities or musicians, or maybe even you are the celebrity. It's really up to you. You can have sex with anyone. I'm not saying that I do have just heard, but I am saying I am in love with Scarlett Johansson, and one day we'll marry her. Honestly, that's child's play. Because once you've mastered the art of lucid dreaming, that's when you really get to start expanding your mind. In a world where the impossible is possible. And yes, I'm talking about different dimensions. I'm talking about traveling down 5 different roads simultaneously. Or how about a 360-degree view of the world around you? No peripheral visions. Why not try flying around the galaxies at infinite light speed in a complete out-of-body experience. Might sound crazy, but you can experience this every night you go to sleep without the intake of mushrooms or DMT. Now, I hope I have somewhat sparked your interest in this topic. And I encourage all of you to maybe check out some of this stuff online. There's very useful websites. I also encourage you to ask me any questions if you're interested in learning some of the techniques used to induce lucid dreaming. There are very quick and easy steps to follow. Now, before I go, I'd like to leave you with a bit of a thought. And it's this thought that really sparks my passion and my fascination for lucid dreaming. If the world of lucid dreaming, which is purely a construct of the mind, if that is so vivid and so real, yet it's not, what does that imply about the nature of our reality in general? Who's to say what is real and what isn't? And trust me, when you start lucid dreaming, you'll all ask yourself the very same question. Thank you. Any questions?
What are some of the techniques you can use, actually?
First of all, you have to remember your dreams. So a lot of people say, I don't dream. Well, you do, you just don't remember it. I challenge anyone to start a 2-week challenge where every morning you wake up, you write down everything you can remember from your dream. Now, you might start out with only 10 seconds worth, 15 seconds, a couple sentences. By day 7, you'll have pages. By 2 weeks, your hand will hurt. And your dreams will become very clear and vivid. So that's the first part. And then the next step is to set daily reality checks where, you make it a habit of checking your reality. So you might look at a clock and look at the numbers, and if they're scrambled, you know you're kind of dreaming. But when you do it during the day, they're clear and you know you're awake. Eventually this becomes habit, you'll be dreaming and you'll say, oh, am I dreaming? And you'll put your hand through a wall and you'll say, yeah, I am dreaming. And then you get to take control from there. Make sense? Any other questions?
Do you lucid dream on a regular basis?
I haven't mastered it, but the last several months I've been using those techniques and I've had about 5 lucid dreams in the last 2 months, I guess. So it hasn't become a daily, regular basis, but there are a lot of people who have mastered it and do it on a daily basis.
Have you seen Inception?
Yes. Yes, that's definitely something that got a lot of people interested in it. I've been doing research on lucid dreaming for several years now, so that movie was kind of cool to see.
So basically, what's your goal with lucid dreaming?
My goal is to eventually sit down at a table with a bunch of really awesome people, like get Albert Einstein sitting down, then like Jimi Hendrix, Bill Gates, like all these people sit down at a table and just have a really cool conversation and have them give me ideas and then make $1 billion. I mean, I know it sounds stupid and I know you can't really think what another person would be thinking, but like I said, your brain's very active. People are in their most creative states of mind when they're dreaming. So I'd say that's a good way to go. Yes?
Could you describe a recent lucid dream you had?
Yeah, actually. It's usually flying. That's the first thing I think of. As soon as I realize I'm in a dream, I'll just be hanging out with a bunch of friends and I'll say, ooh, this is my dream. And I'll say, okay, watch what I can do. And then I'll just fly up 50 feet in the air, fly around for a bit. The thing is, though, I kind of have ADD. And you really need to be able to concentrate for a long time to lucid dream because they'll just fade out all of a sudden. So every time I start flying around and stuff, I'll just crash to the ground and then it'll kind of fade out and you'll have a false awakening into another dream. Yes?
Are you sleeping when you're doing this? Or just like...
Yeah, you're sleeping.
Oh, okay.
It's when you go to bed, regular sleep.
Maybe you like the mullets.
When you describe it, you sound like the same consciousness you have when you're awake is when you have when you're dreaming. You say that
really,
you can actually recognize.
Yeah, it really makes your dreams vivid. As soon as you realize you're dreaming in your dream, it's like you sober up. It's like when you're really drunk and all of a sudden you sober up, something happens. That's how it feels in a lucid dream. And most people, they'll get too excited and they'll actually wake up in real life. So you also have to keep yourself calm once you realize you're dreaming. Yes?
How does lucid dream compare to, like when you're laying in bed and then all of a sudden, you're going to fall off a cliff and then you spaz out? How does that compare to the two things?
I mean, that you're saying when you're taking a nap on a couch.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, a lot of lucid dreams come from taking naps. So I mean, you're just in a different state of mind. I wouldn't really say they're comparable, because
Okay.
lucid dreaming is once you actually realize that you're dreaming. So
Oh.
when you're falling off a cliff, that's the opposite, because you have no idea you're dreaming. Or, yeah.
Got it.
Is that it?
Good. I just want to say that I like the way that you connect with the audience. You have your own natural style connecting with the audience, and you obviously feel comfortable with that. So that's very good in the way you look across. Just say, you'll see in the video, watch your body positioning, how you move back and forth. You may want to stabilize a bit more, but still be able to do the walking. But just take a look at the video. It's very good.
Thank you.